It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to Football Friday here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Wow. That's all I can say right now. We're going to make it. Our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And our website, which has been newly reconstructed, we still got some things to do, is obnradio.com. Our sponsors for today, attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas, Diva Skin Conditioner at divafeet.com, Prairie View Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, located in Waller, Texas. And we may as well go ahead and jump right into today's episode. Before I go to the obvious topic of the day, let's remind you that College Black Football Hall of Fame announced their 26 finalists for this year's group. A lot of deserving players. One notably, of course, would be Clem Daniels, who left us earlier in the year. But those announcements will be coming out pretty soon. Also, Lifetime Achievement Award for Miss Alicia Pete. Congratulations to her about that. I guess I can only avoid talking about this for so long, so we might as well go right into it. What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Last night, devastating, heartbreaking loss. Why devastating? Why heartbreaking, Mike? It's not about losing, but it's how you lose that could really have an impact on a fan base. Of course, it was an overtime victory for Jackson State, 38-35. But it was difficult to witness, whether you watched it by way of television or as myself in person on last night. Totally unacceptable. And before I get in today's show deep, a lot of you, I'm not going to say a lot of you, that's too strong. There are some of you out there who have a tendency to think that Mike Prince is too critical, that Mike Prince is a hater, and some of you believe that Mike Prince intentionally and purposely try to do things that will go against Prairie View athletics. And you're entitled to think that. My job as a journalist is to report the facts, look for the facts, and stick to the facts. None of my commentary is ever personal. Now, you can take it personal, but that's on you. But the way things are the way things are. You cannot deny what the truth is. And the truth is, last night's performance was embarrassing. Before the game even gets off the ground, there was a penalty flagged against the Panthers. Before they said lights, camera, action, there was a penalty. The facts are, not only was the game embarrassing, it was sloppy. 250 yards worth of penalties between both teams. In particular, Prairie View, 16 penalties for 143 yards. Sloppy. Lack of discipline. The game looked like Sunday night laundry. You start, you stop, unload, reload. Straight up embarrassment. As an alumnus, It was shameful. Shameful. National television, the lack of execution, and I might as well go and be honest with you too, PV Nation, the lack of participation. One thing that was assured, it was that when the decision was made to bring in Coach Eric Dooley, he was going to bring in discipline, he was going to bring in structure, and he was going to bring in a new change and sense of pride to PV Nation. That was told to me personally. I said, all right, let's go. Now, let's put a side note on something. We're all supposed to be, number one, adults. Number two, we're all supposed to be professional. So when the facts present themselves, can we still maintain those attributes? This game is an indication that there is a larger problem when it comes to Prairie View A&M University football program. Now, we can walk in denial. We can act like it doesn't exist, but it does not change the fact. It does not change the fact. Before I returned to my home on last night, I had over 100 forms of communication, either by way of text, email, inboxing, phone call. And a lot of them were from you, PV Nation. And let me state for the record, I know a lot of you like to operate in the mode of, well, I don't want to say nothing, and I take the hit. And that's okay. I'll continue to take the hit. But a lot of you indicated to me that last night was the tipping point for you. Your response was, I will not renew my season passes under these circumstances. Those were your words, PV Nation. Not Mike Prince's words, but I know Mike Prince is going to be the one accused of saying this. So, guilty as charged. When you look at the overall body of work, something's missing. Now, what's going to be done about it? Beyond my pay grade. All I can do is do what I do. Present the facts. And the facts are, this is a very talented program that lacks discipline, that has no sense of direction, and it appears to get worse each week when it comes to self-control. We are in week 10 of the collegiate football season, and we have digressed as far as discipline and self-control. That, quite frankly, starts at the top. Starts at the top. Each week, I ask on the SWAC teleconference, what are we going to do to address the lack of self-control and discipline? Or should I say lack of discipline? And each week, I get the same cliche, the same robotic response. Our team fought hard for 60 minutes. We came up just a little bit short. Sounds good, but is that something that we as a fan base are going to continue to accept? It's not like this is the Prairie View A&M University of the 80s, 90s era that struggled through the 0 and 88 drought. At least then you had justifiable means and cause for why the struggle was the struggle. You have the best of everything. You're not wanting for anything, but yet we continue to lay eggs. It is what it is. Now, if you ask the question, do you believe that it's time to turn the page? Some would say yay, some would say nay. That's not my choice to make, but that's a legitimate question that is floating around right now. But I know how a small percentage of you will try to spin this off that Prince is leading the charge yet again. You're entitled to your thought patterns. The bottom line is this. We pay a very handsome salary for the most part in all our head coaching positions. I just like to see a better return on the investment. Right now, and I was misquoted on yesterday saying that we were 2-4. We were actually 3-4, even though it was against Virginia Lynchburg. But I now stand corrected. We are technically 3-5 overall. More concerning 2-3 in conference play. And before you all get the waving the anti-Prince banner, go back to July when I saw firsthand the talent level on this team. I said, man, the only team I could really see giving us a legitimate loss would be Alcorn as far as the conference stands. But right now, we have underachieved. Best case scenario is that we could now finish 6-5. And depending on who you ask, they're not going to even count the victory against Virginia Lynchburg nor the potential victory against Edward Waters. So if you eliminate those two games, your season now comes at 4-5. That's an underachievement benchmark, if you're asking me. But I know I'm not alone on this one. See, in times past, it was always trying to be indicated that it's only Prince that's saying this. But old PV Nation, you have spoken loud and proud. And the rumblings are getting even louder. So the bottom line now, PV Nation, what are you requiring? You could stay mediocre or you can expect excellence. If Prairie View produces productive people, which I truly believe from the very core of my heart, then we must expect better. No exceptions. No exceptions. And this has nothing to do with supporting, lack of supporting. It's about expectations. It's about realistic expectations. Because as a supporter, I give my realistic dollars. I give my realistic time. I give my realistic support for reality results. I'll let you sound back off or fire off, PV Nation. And trust me, I'm a big boy. I can take it either way. As a matter of fact, someone sent a message the other day. Well, Prince, what we need is some stability. I know winning is important, but we also need some stability. With the results that are being laid on and off the field right now, do we have the stability that you think we need? And some of you have selective hearing, and that's fine too. And you'll only hear an episode like this. But I can guarantee you that out of 10 episodes, 8.5 of those episodes are going to be promoting and supporting the athletic program from Prairie View A&M University. But you'll only focus on ones like this. And as I stated again, you're entitled to it. But it does not change. Whether I say it privately or publicly, I said it. And it's the same for majority of you. You might not say it publicly, you say it privately, but it's still being said. And the fact of the matter is, enough has to be enough as far as accepting mediocrity. If we're going to be content on say, oh, they fought hard, they tried hard, then don't build a $61 million stadium. Don't do it. We might as well stay in Old Blackshear Stadium. If that's what we're going to be content with, I wouldn't care if we had 12 uniforms. We can go to the simple, basic purple top, white pants, a white helmet with a hint of original PV gold on the sleeves and the helmet and be done with it. But maybe that's not important either. Maybe we'll just continue to be the poster child for almost made it. And if that's the route we'll go, send me the memo and I'll come on board. I won't even have the expectations of striving for greatness. But at some point, in the quote in the infamous words of Michael Jackson, we got to look at the man in the mirror. We got to look at the man in the mirror, starting with you and I as an individual, spreading out to the expectations of what is it that we want, what is it that we need, and what is it that we expect for Prairie View A&M University athletic program, starting with football. So depend on who you are, how you are. Some of you have agreed that, we don't have to talk to Prince. You sure don't. You don't have to talk to Prince. And it's still not going to change the facts. It's still not going to change the expectations. Still deal with the elephant in the room. This program lacks discipline. It lacks self-control. And it's embarrassing of the product that's being representation of Dear Prairie View. Man, I gotta get off of this because we got a bye week. That's probably the best thing that's happened this week, that we got a bye week so we could try to put this in a distant memory. But before I get out of here, baseball update. Unbelievable, unexpected, unpredictable results thus far were between the Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros. The question is, can the Astros recover? It'll start tonight, 7 o'clock. Friday football, Royal, Hempstead, Waller, Rose Hill Christian Eagle throughout Waller County. We'll talk about all that on Sunday night, along with the rest of the results from HBCU sports. And I'm pretty sure that the PV conversation is going to come up again. Don't forget, there is voting in a community near you coming up November 5th. Get informed, get involved, and make sure your vote counts. I've got the exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. The 24-hour message line, 713-570-6736. I've got to go. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.